Rune 37 of the Kalevala. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. The Kalevala, compiled by Elias Lönnrot, translated by John Martin Crawford. Rune 37. Ilmarinen's Bride of Gold. Ilmarinen, metal worker, wept one day and then a second, wept the third from morn till evening, over the death of his companion, once the maiden of the rainbow. Did not swing his heavy hammer, did not touch its copper handle, made no sound within his smithy, made no blow upon his anvil, till 3 months had circled over. Then the blacksmith spake as follow: Woe is me, unhappy hero, do not know how I can prosper. Long the days and cold and dreary, longer still the nights and colder. I am weary in the evening, in the morning still am weary. Have no longing for the morning, and the evening is unwelcome. Have no pleasure in the future. All my pleasures gone forever, with my faithful life companion slaughtered by the hand of witchcraft. Often will my heartstrings quiver, when I rest within my chamber, when I wake at dreamy midnight, half unconscious, vainly searching for my noble wife departed. Wifeless lived the mourning blacksmith, altered in his form and features. Wept 1 month and then another, wept 3 months in full succession. Then the magic metal worker gathered gold from deeps of ocean, gathered silver from the mountains, gathered many heaps of birchwood, filled with faggots 30 sledge, burned the birchwood into ashes, put the ashes in the furnace, laid the gold upon the embers, lengthwise laid a piece of silver of the size of lambs in autumn, or the fleet-foot hare in winter, placed servants at the bellows, thus to melt the magic metals. Eagerly the servants labor, gloveless, hatless, do the workmen fan the flames within the furnace. Ilmarinen, magic blacksmith, works unceasing at his forging, thus to mold a golden image, mold a bride from gold and silver. But the workmen fail their master, faithless stand they at the bellows. Woe the artist Ilmarinen! Fans the flame with force of magic, blows 1 day and then a second, blows the third from morn till even. Then he looks within the furnace, looks around the oven border, hoping there to see an image rising from the molten metals. Comes a lambkin from the furnace, rising from the fire of magic, wearing hair of gold and copper, laced with many threads of silver. All rejoice but Ilmarinen at the beauty of the image. This is the language of the blacksmith. May the wolf admire thy grace. I desire a bride of beauty, born from molten gold and silver. Ilmarinen the magician to the furnace threw the lambkin, added gold in the great abundance, and increased the mass of silver, added other magic metals, set the workmen at the bellows. Zealously the servants labor, gloveless, hatless do the workmen fan the flames within the furnace. Ilmarinen, wizard forgeman, works unceasing with his metals, molding well a golden image, wife of molten gold and silver. But the workmen fail their master, faithless do they ply the bellows. Now the artist Ilmarinen fans the flames by force of magic, blow 1 day and then a second, blows a third from morn till evening. When he looks within the furnace, looks around the oven border, hoping there to see an image rising from the molten metals. From the flames a colt arises, golden maned and silver headed. Hoofs are formed of shining copper. All rejoice but Ilmarinen at the wonderful creation. This is the language of the blacksmith. Let the bear admire thy grace. I desire a bride of beauty, born of many magic metals. Thereupon the wonder forger drives the coal back to the furnace, adds a greater mass of silver and of gold the rightful measures, sets the workmen at the bellows. Eagerly the servants labor, gloveless, hatless do the workmen fan the flames within the furnace. Ilmarinen the magician works unceasing at his fifth craft, molding well a golden maiden, bride of molten gold and silver. But the workmen fail their master. Faithlessly they ply the bellows. Now the blacksmith Ilmarinen fans the flame with magic powers, blows one day and then a second, blows a third from morn till even. Then he looks within his furnace, looks around the oven border, trusting there to see a maiden coming from the molten metals, from the fire of virgin rice, golden haired and silver headed, beautiful in form and feature, all are filled with awe and wonder. But the artist and magician Ilmarinen metal worker forges night and days unceasing on the bride of his creation. Feet he forged for the maiden, hands and arms of gold and silver, but her feet are not for walking, neither can her arms embrace him. Ears he forged for the virgin, but her ears are not for hearing. Forged her a mouth of beauty, eyes he forged bright and sparkling, but the magic mouth is speechless, and the eyes are not for seeing. Spake the artist Ilmarinen, this indeed a priceless maiden. Could she only speak in wisdom, could she breathe the breath of Ukko. Thereupon he lays the virgin on his silken couch of slumber, on his downy place of resting. Ilmarinen hath his bathroom, makes it ready for his service, binds together silken brushes, brings 3 cans of crystal water, wherewithal to lave the image, lave the golden maid of beauty. When this task had been completed, Ilmarinen, hoping, trusting, laid his golden bride to slumber on his downy couch of resting, ordered many silken wrappings, ordered bear skins 3 in numbers, ordered 7 lambs' wool blankets, thus to keep him warm in slumber, sleeping by the golden image. He had forged from magic metals, warmed the side of Ilmarinen, that was wrapped in furs and blanket, chilled the part beside the maiden, by his bride of gold and silver, one side warm, the other lifeless, turning into ice from coldness. Spake the artist Ilmarinen, not for me was born this virgin from the magic molten metals. I shall take her to Wainola, give her to old Wainamoinen as a bride and life companion, comfort to him in his dotage. Ilmarinen, much disheartened, takes the virgin to Wainola, to take plains of Kalevala. To his brother speaks as follow: O thou ancient Wainamoinen, look with favor on this image, make the maiden fair and lovely, beautiful in form and feature, suited to thy years declining. Wainamoinen, old and truthful, look in wonder on the virgin, on the golden bride of beauty, spake these words to Ilmarinen: Wherefore dost thou bring this maiden? Wherefore bring to Wainamoinen, bride of molten gold and silver? Spake in answer Ilmarinen: Wherefore should I bring this image, but for purpose the noblest? I have brought her as companion to thy life in years declining, as a joy and consolation, when thy days are full of trouble. Spake the good old Wainamoinen: Magic brother, wonder forger, throw the virgin to the furnace, to the flames thy golden image, forge from her 1,000 trinkets, take the image into Ixtlan, take her to the plains of Pohja, Take for her the mighty powers, may engage in deadly contest. Worthy trophy for the victor, not for me this pride of wonder, neither for my worthy people. I shall never wed an image, born from many magic metals. Never wed a silver maiden, never wed a golden virgin. Then the hero of the waters called together all his people, spake these words of ancient wisdom. Every child of Northland, listen! Whether poor or fortune favored, never bow before an image born of molten gold and silver. Never while the sunlight brightens, never while the moonlight glimmers. Choose a maiden of metals, choose the bride from gold created. Cold the lips of golden maiden, silver breathes the breath of sorrow. End of Rune 37.